Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place. Bottom to top at a fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown.
What it do, fam? You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole, and welcome to the Commanders Recap Show. And joining me is Bowie TV's Commanders beat reporter Candi Waller. What is going on, Candi?
Hey, Wole, what's up?
What's going on? How? I mean, first off, I just want to know. Tell us about the Lambeau experience. We're not the game, but the Lambeau experience.
It's dope.
All right.
It is absolutely dope. I had a really, really good time. I got there Wednesday because I do have a cousin that lives in Green Bay.
Yes,
for his job, and there was Packers fans there. I guess a lot of Packers fans come in, from all over.
Of course, yeah.
But there was a lot of Commanders fans there, so I saw a bunch of people, just around, and they got a football town. And so I guess there's not much ever really going on there until there's a game, but it was dope. I had a really, really, really good time. The press was crap though. So just
what?
Really, the walk from like the media entrance to
really?
the press box was insane. I was calling it the Green Mile because I was just like, Green Bay Packers, and it was like legit a mile. I was like, this is insane. This is a very long walk, but I had a blast.
How far was it compared to, I don't know how the situation is now, but back in the day, like going to like covering a Commanders game, covering like that walk was a minute away.
From like the product is much further than where we
are. You serious?
Oh,
dang, that's tough. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, interesting.
Because I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a few places that's a long walk. Like SoFi is a long walk.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's not an easy track. And even like at MetLife, if you're doing the Jets, it's not as bad that walk. But if you're doing the Giants, that's a longer walk.
Why the difference?
Their locker rooms are in different places.
Got you. Okay.
And so that's a longer walk, but it's an easy walk. Like where you're going. It's a straight shot.
Okay.
It's just long. But Lambeau, I was like, this is not.
No, because I'm curious. I was curious about that. I was like, all right, okay, the Lambeau experience, because it's a historical.
Historical. It was nice. Like you can't be but so upset because it's like, yo, I'm in Lambeau Field. Like this is Lambeau. Like, and it's nice, and it's like there's houses. I think I was sharing this on the pregame. There were legit. I guess you could probably look it up on TikTok, online, wherever. There are green and yellow houses the entire drive, like up to Lambeau Field. And these houses, they do parking, they do parties. You like $50. You could park, all you can eat, all you can drink, park here. And this is, the fans. Anybody can buy like a stake in the team.
Yeah, and I know about it. Yeah,
you could tell. I'm like, oh, okay, but I didn't realize people really live in those houses. I was like, wait, that's not like a recreation center or like a bunch of clubhouses. And they're like, no, these are people's homes. And I was like, that's insane.
That is dope. Hey, we got some comments before we talk about. Paul says, Candi, I really appreciate your coverage, and you need to be on the radio to make DC sports talk better.
I appreciate that. Right into your your talk radio stations to let them know that I need on there.
That's dope, man. Appreciate it. That's dope, Paul. That is dope. All right, man. Well, last night on Thursday Night Football, the Washington Commanders fell to the Green Bay Packers 27-18. Before we dive into this game, we still got to knock out some particulars. Hey, check out our website, which is theurbansportscene.com. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV YouTube channels. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support the shows. The super chats will be prioritized within all comments within the YouTube chat. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and also like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. You can also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, Candi, I mentioned the score 27-18. It wasn't the best performance for the Washington Commanders, but what were your overall thoughts on the performance last night?
Okay, so I'd already made a decision. I said, all right, I'm going to start off with the bright side of things. And I
That's cool.
Like there were some bright moments, right? Trey Amos pass breakup was a bright moment.
It was.
Right, like, and there it is, everybody, right? Because it's different when you do it to your teammates, but doing the end game is such a critical moment early on in the game. That was a bright moment.
Yes.
Zach Ertz,
oh man, awesome.
I told everybody in May was looking ready. Absolute bright moment.
Yep.
Right. Deebo Samuel. One thing Deebo Samuel's going to do, and this is my aunt, so this is Mama Waller's sister.
Oh, she my mom. Hey, auntie.
That's auntie.
Hey, auntie.
That's Auntie Miranda. Yes.
Hey, auntie. Man, I gotta stop for auntie too. All right, we're gonna stop for auntie.
Yeah, I was about to say that's Mama Waller's sister. That's
her sister. Auntie, are we gonna do this? We gonna keep it. Look. We're gonna keep it respectful. I'm here.
Yes, I appreciate that. So Zach Ertz, Deebo Samuel, one thing he gonna do is fight for it. Remember, we talked a lot about the what the needs are, and to get tougher, more physical. Deebo gonna we saw him get after it.
Yeah.
Last week for a touchdown, we saw him do that. Last night for a touchdown. Also, speaking of Deebo Samuel, let's talk about this return game.
Yeah.
He had a 50-yard return. You saw Jalen Lane get into some of the action with the returns.
He looked good.
Speaking of special teams, that play by Percy Butler.
Yeah,
they were gonna call the foul. That they were going to call the foul. But we were in the press box like, that's not a foul. It's not a foul.
Because he was close to not being down. I knew exactly what he was doing.
Exactly. So it was intense. It was an intense play, but not a foul. So, and it got him on the 4-yard line, right? Those are some of the brighter moments, right? But then that's when, let me now transition to what wasn't so bright.
There you go. Go for it.
Right. Then it was, you're on the 4-yard line. Percy Butler did y'all a solid.
Yeah.
And it went down 96 yards. And I said, well, dang.
Yeah.
And that's what I knew. I said, the defense, they out too long. Offense, very quick 3 and out.
Yep.
Super fast. All of it. I was like, this is not going to end well. This isn't going to end with a W. Yes, I see Luke had a catch. And I feel bad.
Sorry. Let me stop. You're right. I stopped too, though. I'm sorry. Mama Waller, now you in the building. Nah, we in here. Hey, Mama.
Yeah.
Mama Waller and your sister's here too. Look.
Yeah.
I'm here. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm Nigerian. I'm all about family. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And so you saw Luke get involved. Luke had a 2-point conversion. You gotta give all the bright spots. But then I'm gonna go back to defense. I'm gonna go back to offense not getting traction, and then those two things I want to get back into a bit more.
Go for it.
But I think like the overall rough side was the injuries. Dietrich Wise hurt. Dietrich, that hurt. And being there, I'll be honest, I started to watch the TV version, and right when it was getting to the moment of when I knew that the injury was happening, I just turned it off. I was like, I don't even feel like going into this because I already know. I end up insider scoop, right? Or insider, like this is what we're doing. This was on Amazon. Sometimes I'm listening, and sometimes, and I think I may have shared this with you before.
You said that. Yeah. The delay.
I'm listening to the broadcast because I want to hear what they're saying, but then it becomes distracting to me because I'm there.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm watching it. And He will be out for the season.
Yeah.
It's that season-ending surgery, and it was a quad injury. You know, we was still trying to figure some things out because if you recall, he was listed as questionable knee injury on the injury report, and he was warming up before the game, working with trainers. He played, you know, and they're not going to play people if they can't play. And he played, and so I that hurt. And Dietrich, that I will share. I don't mind sharing this. You know,
Go for it.
Bowie TV, myself was really building a great rapport with Dietrich. Super cool guy.
Yeah,
does great things in the community. And he just, yeah. I was like, yes, they got themselves one right here. You know, I made a big deal about his play last week and just the display of a commander. In the you knew, and it was just, I don't want to call it a random play, but it was on an extra point.
Yeah.
And so he just went down. You saw, you know, Commanders players jumping up and down and waving trainers over like almost immediately. And then everyone just dropped to their knees.
Yeah,
and that was just like, what just happened? And so that was rough. Austin Eckler, non-contact, that was rough. We saw that too. We were just standing there. He was over there by himself, and it was just like, what just happened? And as much as Austin has worked, we know his history with the concussions, but as much as he has worked, and I've consistently talked about the running back room, I've consistently talked about Austin and each one of these players are doing to just get better and just get faster. Austin was on some speed type. I mean, he was going for it. And so to see that happen in a non-contact way, when everyone's concern would be him getting injured in contact, was just like, this is bizarre. Like, what in the world? That hurt. Trey went out for a minute with his shoulder, came back. Brandon went out for a moment. He came back. Jonathan Jones had to go out, and it was later in the game, so he didn't return. He had a hamstring injury. He had a hamstring injury, and that was going on during the summer. Noah Brown with a growing injury. John Bates.
Yeah. Paul asked about that. Yeah.
And it's just like everything just started happening. And I'm like, I made the whole thing like, well, week 1 got out of the injury bug.
Yeah.
Woo. And week 2, it was just like downhill. And that was rough. That is rough. And I don't think there's any answer. You know, we don't know. You have to try out players, have other players, have your practice squad players step up. But Dietrich Wise, and it hurts all the way around. But Dietrich Wise, that was a blow. That was a blow.
Yeah. Paul's asking you, like, when did Bates get hurt? Like, when did it actually? Do you know when it happened?
I think I might have just told that he was hurt.
Yeah.
And maybe I do know. It's all a blur right now. But it's I could follow back up on that. But it was fast.
Okay.
And then at one point in time, Josh Connolly Jr. went into the blue medical tent, but he
did. I didn't know that. Oh, he did.
Okay. I did tweet that that he had gone out. He was in the medical tent for sure, but he went back out there. So
this is a good question because I've been seeing reports that Jaden had an MRI today, and was Jaden limping after the game? Did you see him limping?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. I'm not sure because I just got back today.
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah, she was on a flight. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the report said. But we didn't. Yes.
No.
Short answer.
I just no. The report was just recent. It was like an hour ago that Grant Paulson reported that he had an in, and his in said that Jaden had an MRI sometime after the game. But I know you were there. I just want to know, was he limping? Like, did you see him limp or whatever? Walk with him there. Yeah, it's great. So I saw that play, and I saw Jaden's mannerisms after he was hit, and then a couple plays when he tried to get back up, and I was like, oh, he's a little banged up. To a point where I was like, just take him out. There's no need to have him back out there, to be honest. That was my thought process. How I'm gonna ask you this question without going, diving deep into it. Was the limp bad or was it just a casual limp? And if you play sports, folks know what a casual limp is.
Here's what I will say.
Without being like the ops, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like,
Knowing Jaden's mannerisms.
Yeah.
If he was, last year when they had to take him out the Carolina game, like you see him visibly wincing, but I mean that's your ribs, right? You can't really breathe. What I'll say is when he had to go out of the game and had to go into the blue medical tent, Jaden threw his helmet.
Yes.
And he broke it, basically. Like he was very angry. I believe he broke it. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
But he looked angry though. Like
he was very angry. Like that's one of his pet. That's one of his when he can't play. Jaden did not have those mannerisms.
Okay.
After the game, I mean, I posted the video of him talking to Michael Parsons and
I saw that.
All that. If it was serious, he wouldn't have been out there.
All right, say less.
Gone.
Say less.
Was he limping? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. He's absolutely limping.
That's all. Say less. Say less. We need the ops. Say less.
Yeah. He kill himself.
Yeah.
For the most part,
I do want to ask you, since you went into Austin Eckler, like how, in terms of that situation, like Austin Eckler is so valuable to this team, and just in terms of like what he brings to the table, pass blocking, playmaking ability, as a guy that you could tell this team definitely values him more than maybe others do in terms of like the thoughts of the fans, so whatnot, you know what I mean? But his injury, how can this affect this team in the long run? Like, what does it do for this team in the long run, knowing that he's out for the season and probably, and sad to say, because I like Austin Eckler, he could be out. Like, this could be the last game you see him in the NFL as a running back, to be honest with you, where his age is at and that type of injury. But your thoughts on, like, how this is going to impact the Commanders?
I think they're still, they're trying to figure it out. That was a law. That
was a
And it was just like, I mean, injuries happen, but it's like week 2 though. Like this is all now. I mean, it's never a good time to get hurt. But I'm just saying, it will be impactful.
Yes.
To their run game and to their team. I don't think I tweeted this or posted it anywhere, but one thing on my show and what I've been talking a lot about is around the displays of brotherhood. And last night, especially with the different injuries and stuff, I saw it on full display.
Of course.
And these guys are crushed when their teammate gets hurt. I mean, they really do love each other. They really are brothers. And it was, you see the, player in physical pain, but you see the team in like pain.
Anguish. Yeah.
Like, but you got to keep going, right? Got to stay locked in. And they were already in a difficult space. They were playing a very good football team. Like the Green Bay Packers are good, everybody. Like this is just like we talked about on the pregame show. They're very good. And so he will be missed. Austin Eckler. Chris Rodriguez will, more than likely be called up. They had signed, he had signed Donovan Edwards on the practice squad as well.
That kid.
So, there's backups, there's others, and so they will, have to adjust.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's definitely a situation for the Commanders where like they lost so many individuals and so many people got banged up and valuable individuals, which it was like a rough night, like you said, all around the board, just, in terms of like the football game and the injuries. But back to the let's go to the football game in terms of, I want to get like, because obviously it was a frustrating time for like, well, let me go back to let me go to like after the game, like the status after the game. What was the mood after the game from the players and coaches?
I think I did post this. You could hear a pin drop.
So was it okay?
I was walking through. I had like on flats, but it got like a clicky heel on it.
Yeah,
like my Cinderella shoes. They had a clicky heel, and I was walking through the locker room, and all I could hear were my clicky heels. And I was like, I'm leaving. and I'm going to go to the press conference room, because when it's that quiet, I'm gonna go to the press conference room, because at that point, I need to be in the press conference room to observe, use my own clues, listen to Coach, listen to Jaden, and then I'll go back to so you can hear a pin drop. Most people, me well, like most people smile and wave at me and all that.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. People spoke as much as they could, but they just were very
They just wanted that. They didn't think they would have that. It's a prime time game, and that, lack of a better term, and not to be like, I'm just going to keep it a bean. They put out a dud, you know what I mean, on a prime time game, which it's unfortunate, right? Because you want to kind of prove to the world that, hey, we're one of them, and it didn't go their way. And like you said, and I'm a believer now, like the Packers are a very good ball club.
Very good. They did not need Michael Parsons. I want to be I said on the pregame, been saying it all week. I've been saying it about when Jerry Jones made the decision to trade Michael Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. I will continue to say it. He traded to a team that did not need him.
Yeah.
Able to pay him. That move was you just gave a gift. You gave a whole Christmas present for the ages to a team that was already a contender without him.
Yeah, agreed. It's a game changer.
And it doesn't help you or anybody else. Because here's the reality. If you plan on playing in the playoffs, you're going to still have to play them twice a year.
I agree. Yeah.
So what did you just do? Everybody who was so happy, oh, no, Michael.
Still got to see that man. Got to see that man.
You should have got him out of the conference altogether if you were going to trade him, if you were going to do it. You should have called the Cardinals or the Colts or somebody like that. Don't do what you just did.
No, I totally agree. Hey, folks, don't forget, who's watching the stream, please hit the like button on both channels, the Bowie TV channel and the Urban Sports Scene channel. Please hit that like button. It is essential for like the Commanders algorithm. Not even lying to y'all. I'm keeping all 100, and liking something is free. So I'm just saying, just go ahead, hit the like button, and we would appreciate it. So back to so let me go to the game. Like, so all right, first off, let's go with Dan Quinn. He had, he did his presser. He's such a stand-up coach. That's what I like about him. But what was your impression on Dan Quinn's tone after the game? And did he sound more frustrated about execution or worried about the injuries?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think he was totally, from what I could observe. And it was his birthday, by the way.
It was his birthday yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's a horrible birthday gift.
His birthday September 11th. Fun fact, his birthday is September 11th, as is JP Finlay. Him and JP got the same birthday.
Oh, JP got the same? Okay. All right.
So, fun fact. Coach Quinn, they were upset about the injuries. That was beyond.
Right.
That hurt. It hurt, and it's scary, and it's like, because they do so much to prevent those, or you can't prevent injury, but you get what I'm saying. Like, those, I'll alleviate.
They pride themselves. They pride themselves on that.
They pride themselves on that.
Yeah.
And so I think that, but hey, above all, they got out coached, and that was they got out coached. That's more than anything, that's the biggest thing. Another thing I didn't mention earlier in terms of just like, kind of like the dark side of this.
Yeah.
The question was asked during training camp about bringing in competition from Matt Gay, and they talked
man, I got
Matt
go
Gay.
for it. Go for it.
Reality, everybody. Matt Gay makes the 2 field goals that he missed. The Commanders lose by 3 points, which wouldn't have been bad. Like,
no, it would have been much closer. It would have been 17.
They were not going undefeated. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just all be like, me. I'm going to always stay objective and realistic, and let's be for real here. Okay. Yeah. There was always a strong possibility that they were going to lose that football game in Lambeau. That possibility got even stronger. Once Michael Parsons got there. And that has been a player who has single-handedly done a lot.
Yeah.
against the Washington Commanders before this staff got here and after. All right. So this isn't nobody should be. Matt LaFleur has coached against Dan Quinn in the past in various positions. And Matt LaFleur definitely knows a bit about the coaches that are here.
He has a good rhythm. He knows Dan Quinn's defense pretty well.
He knows them.
He knows the defense pretty well.
When you know somebody, you roll with what you know.
He's been very successful against Dan Quinn's defense.
He's very successful. And if you know that, then that already tempers your expectations for what you're going to see.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the thing. When I get September football and I get play style and identity and all of that.
Yeah.
But then there's scheme.
Yeah, and I think it's a question that
the reality is, your folks can beat my folks all day, but if I know your folks' weakness, if I know your weakness, I'ma beat you.
Yeah,
some of this is chess.
Yeah,
a lot of this is chess. It ain't checkers. And sometimes when you're doing man, that's checkers. That's not chess. So from a strategy perspective, they got beat.
I've been saying that, and George,
they got beat. I mean, they knew what they were going to do before they did it.
Yes, agreed. So George said, George Snell, what's going on, George? He says our defensive coach Witt. I know he's saying don't know how to adjust to his defense since last year. They're playing like this. He should go next. He should get fired. He should next to be get fired. Oh, he should be next to get fired. Thank you. He should be next to get fired.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's getting fired over this.
Yeah, I will say this though, not to that extreme. I'm not gonna go to that extreme, but obviously people know how I feel. I'm mature. I may not be the biggest fan on Joe Witt. I'm not gonna lie to folks, but all at the same time, I am fair. Like week one, he was great. So I'm not gonna week one, he was great. Yesterday he wasn't great, and it's still early in the season. So I don't think that in terms we don't know what this defense is going to be. Let's give it time. But I will say this though, like what you said about being out coached. Is that a thing? Was that talked? Well, I won't say this. I won't say that. What is your thoughts on how Joe Witt called the game yesterday? I think that's the first. Let me just go that route.
Joe Witt is what I will give the same perspective on the staff.
Yeah, the staff as a whole. Got you. That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, and that was something that was spoken about in the press conferences.
Yeah. But right? That's what I like about that.
And it was said, right? Yeah, they are a very well coached team. That's what everybody has to understand. They get coached too.
Yeah,
this is the team, and this is a playoff team, right? Last year, that's who the Commanders were going back. It took the Chicago Bears beating them the last game in order for the Commanders to get the 6th seed and the Packers the 7. Let's be clear: the Packers were supposed to be the 6th seed and the Commanders the 7. So last year, the Packers were already noted to be ahead of the Commanders. So it's like this is where tempering expectations and understanding the need to be objective in what you're watching is very real. Yeah. And understanding why the focus is on play style and identity, which is great. There are people out here that are just trying to beat you because they know and believe that they can. When you think about the fact that, because to me, I was not expecting, if I go back and say, was I expected the Commanders to win the football game? No. No, I wasn't. I thought it was going to be more competitive than what it was.
I think that's the problem. That's the problem that I have.
But once you're in it and you're looking at it, you're like, oh my gosh, they're getting out coached because they didn't adjust. No one did.
Yeah, I agree. No one did as a whole. I totally agree with you.
No one did as a whole.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, it's not just one person. I agree with that. I agree with that.
And understanding the history of Matt LaFleur that's a key thing. Insider tip, pro tip, pay attention to the coaching staff. Some of the battles are not happening on the field. They're happening on the sidelines. Right? Coaches are playing each other too, if you feel what I'm saying.
No, I got you. I definitely got you.
Each other as well. And so that is key to remember. And it's not going to look good when somebody knows what you're going to do. And I'll give an example. Speaking of the defense, let's just being objective.
Yeah, being objective. Yeah.
They're going to choose to go Marshawn's way.
That
because sooner or later they're going to get a call, and more than likely the call could be correct.
Probably is going to be correct.
They didn't the first, like some of the first 3 throws, they're going to follow Marshawn, throw it there. Sooner or later he's going to get handsy. You're going to get a call. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? That's
it did happen. It did happen.
And so I will say this, because I'm looking at a comment in the chat.
Which comment?
The one about last year, Witt said he didn't have the players. Now what I go to all of the press conferences in person.
Yeah.
I don't recall him saying.
He didn't say, he's paraphrasing. He's saying that, I know.
Right.
He's paraphrasing.
But one thing that I've always said about Coach Witt is that he will tell you when he jacked up. He'll tell you. He'll say, that wasn't working. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And he will tell you when he's going to throw something out too. You know what I mean? So it's like, this isn't, you know what I mean? It's still not, you know, you're going to go. Even with this comment here.
I agree with that too.
Even if you don't put them in the best, they're playing man.
Well, I'll say this. This is why I don't like
playing man. They're just expecting. I said that in the pregame. They're expected to win their matchup.
I agree with that. But I will say this though, but to this dude's point, like I think I know which play he's talking about, which is unfair because any cornerback can't be successful. When you give him a running start and you don't pass it off, like you're supposed to pass that off, and you didn't adjust to it, they kept doing it, and then no one ever adjusts to it. No. That is a problem. Like that's what I'm saying. I get with that one. That point, I will say. That's what they did set up Marshawn for failure, like in that situation.
In that particular situation.
Yeah, in those situations.
You saw them make the adjustment later.
Later, which I'm saying later, which worked.
Right. They made adjustments, everyone.
Yeah.
Because trust me, the score would have been way more than 27.
Yeah. I think they're saying they should have been done quicker. It should have been done quicker. That's what they're saying.
What you saw, it happened early. Yeah. And I tweeted it. I said, look at what's happening. I said, they're going to Marshawn early. They're doing it right back to back.
Yeah.
Because at some point, it's going to get handsy. You're going to get a call. You're going to get down the field. Yeah. But the call is right, wrong, or indifferent. You're going to definitely get one on Marshawn. For sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? But once you do it 2 or 3 times, you're already down the field.
Yeah,
you can't expect the other team not to score. Now, what was more concerning? I'm going to tell you, I don't have no issue with Joe Witt because you could easily see what the Packers were doing. In my opinion, you could easily see. Now, there were some missed tackles out there too. There were some missed tackles, and when Dietrich Wise went down, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all.
I just think
now on the other side of the football.
Go ahead. Go for it. Go.
You making Keyshawn Nixon look like that was more of an issue.
Yeah. Well,
that was more of an issue. Yeah. And I'm just like, because you know what they're doing, it's going to be always hard because they didn't do the same thing to Trey Amos and they didn't do the same to Mikey Sarenstein. So they're going to do it to the player that they know they can get.
Oh, of course. I agree.
They're going to do it to the player they can get the calls on in their establishment.
Yes.
With all these Hall of Famers there.
Yeah, I just think.
Sterling Sharp was there too.
Yeah, so. I know. Shout out to Sterling Sharp. That's one of my favorite wide receivers.
You got to understand. You got to understand when they put on a show.
Yeah.
There's clock management issues. And we've seen this 2 weeks. To me, your clock management issues, the lack of adjustments on offense, because I'm going to tell you that offense looked bad for the second week in a row. They look bad. And I remember last year, it was the same problem. It was the same problem until week 3, where it took a long time. It took until week 3 for the offense to get going. Everybody remembers week 1 against Tampa. Not good. Everybody remembers
the Giants.
Week 2 against Giants, they couldn't score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Week 3, there were already stories. they were calling games, but Cliff admitted when he was screwing up plays, and Jaden and Terry was like, "We got it," and kept going. Why are you kicking a field goal for anything over 50 yards when you know your kicker is suspect and you know one of your strengths has been going for it on fourth down?
Hold on, I got you. Hey, my man. I said Kwame said it's giving you flowers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I had to say this was going to be a hard conversation for people though, and I really appreciate that because I'm being objective, but I'm also like this. Coach Quinn might have to own some of this.
I think I'm with you. This is my issue with. I think as a whole, I
own some of this.
Yeah, I agree with you and all of your points about like coaching. I felt like this is like they were out coached, and that was like that's my thing. I don't want like because I've heard people say like as a like the players need. Yeah, the players are at fault for some of this stuff, but there's a difference between being out like you were physically out coached, like I mentioned, and like I mentioned Whit, but even Cliff, like to be honest with you, to put Connerly one-on-one with Micah Parsons, it's irresponsible.
You can't do that.
Yeah, it's irresponsible.
And like we already knew that's where he was going.
You saw Brian Burns. You saw what happened.
What happened with Brian Burns. Yeah, so you know, he's not going to Laramie. He's just not. He's going to Josh. And so is Rashawn Gary, because for some reason everybody forgot that Rashawn Gary was on the Green Bay.
Oh, Rashawn Gary is a beast. I mean,
he's a beast. If anybody's gonna run rampant now, it's Rashawn Gary.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm biased because Gary. I
think, but he's a beast.
Yeah, he's like that.
And I mean, I understand trial by fire. I understand all of that.
No, that shouldn't be a trial by fire thing.
That shouldn't have been a trial by fire.
No, it shouldn't have been a trial by fire.
Not on a short.
Like I'm gonna be real with you. This is why it shouldn't be. Is that Gary? I get you can try Gary. I mean, Michigan go blue. Michigan go blue. But I get that. But Micah Parsons, you saw with Brian Burns is good. Really, it's a really good defensive end. Really good. But he ain't Micah Parsons.
He not.
So if you get Michael, so if Brian Burns can do that to Connerly, what you think is going to happen? On a short week? Like you can't prepare for Micah Parsons in a short week.
Nope.
That's so yeah. Again, it goes to that too. So I just feel like as a whole, and this too, like to your point that Dan Quinn deserves blame. And I agree with this too. And I love
totally objective because that's my guy.
Yeah, and I like Dan, and I love Dan Quinn. So when I'm saying this being real, like I've heard multiple reporters, including yourself, come on this stream and tell me that in training camp, Matt Gay's struggling. He ain't like he's been inconsistent. I don't know why during the end of the half you're going to attempt for this dude to kick a 50+ yard field goal, knowing that he is an inconsistent kicker when you're better off going for it. You're going for it. Like, and this is the thing too with like to your point with Dan Quinn, because the coaches call go for it. When you say fourth, we're going for it. That's the head coach's job. Candi, what was last? And I'm gonna ask you because you covered this team for a few years now, but you was there last year when Dan Quinn's era started to this year. So you've been around him nonstop. He has been known as taking risks, the risk taker, not scared of smoke. Did it seem like he was scared of smoke yesterday?
He was mad on the floor. They knew what was up.
Yeah, so I'm like, like that's not to me. And I said this on our post game show. What I like about Dan Quinn, like regardless, folks talk about finding identity. The Commanders' identity has been like, we ain't scared of you. If we gonna take risk. If it's 4th and 4, we going for it. Like we ain't scared. That last night was not the Commanders' identity offensively. They played scared. They played conservative football, which that has not been the Commanders' thing.
It hasn't. The Green Bay Packers played Commanders football.
Yes, and to your point,
opening series they did.
Yeah, and to your point again, like that's why I feel like that's more of a Dan Quinn thing.
Yeah, I can't not in good faith share information with you all based on what I've seen, based on what I know of this team, based on what you all see, and be like, he should have did this. This player should have. No. That starts at the top. Some of these decisions start at the top, and it was a short week. I will say, I think the injuries got under their skin. It bothered them way more. It hurt. It shocked them. Like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, people dropping like flies out here.
Yeah.
Because they really were. And I think it was like, wait. Hold on. You know, it's hard. It's a difficult job. It's very hard. And so it changes some things.
Yeah.
John Bates goes out. This like the extension of your offensive line.
Yeah.
That hurts. Not having John Bates is gonna suck so bad. So,
what is his injury though?
It's a groin injury.
Oh, so he may miss some games.
So, but going back to certain things where you know who holds the keys in that decision, everybody else isn't going to know who holds the keys in that decision, and so that's what's going to make that's what fuels me. I need to know who made the decision. I need to know what's this. I want to know more about and hey, after the game, and Zach Ertz talking to the media, he talked about the Packers defensive coordinator. Yeah, and how he has so much respect for that defensive coordinator, and that because they over prepare.
Yeah,
they over prepare.
Yeah, I mean,
and they just, you know, it's.
I agree, Mama Waller,
and that's right. It's week 2.
I agree. Definitely.
And understand that people know who you are.
Yes,
that's what you need to know right now. Early in the season, they watched you last year.
They know who you are.
And they know who you are.
I agree. I think that's
because here's the reality. It's not like, oh, there goes the playoffs. No, you still got a trajectory. No. You stay there, right? You stay right there, and you keep on moving because this could be a team very similar to what happened last year, week 1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you see again.
Agreed. That's a good point. Like Tampa dominated that game. Yeah,
you ended up seeing Tampa 2 times last year.
That's true.
If you got the goal is still the goal. It doesn't change. All right. Because listen, this is a much harder schedule.
Yes.
Much harder. And at this time of the year, ain't nobody scared of anybody. Now, I do want to go back to your point, Wale, about the risk taking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Opening series again. I said it early. I said, oh, they going to Marshawn off the break. They trying to get a call. What happened the very next? They got a call. I said, and here we are. Okay. And I'm not going to say that call was wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, anytime.
They got the call. Right?
Yeah.
They keep going to him because they ain't played with Mikey like that, and they ain't played with Trey like that. You know what I'm saying? They might have had a few moves here and there. Let me be clear, but it was deliberate what they were doing.
Yeah,
you knew it was easy to tell what they were doing. Right? That's on defense. That's what you know what the Packers were doing. They doing that off the break. You saw them go for it on fourth and 3. Now, thank you, Trey Amos, for your pass breakup. They for it on the opening drive, like they didn't even think nothing. They didn't even think nothing of it.
Exactly.
And that's when I knew. I said, "Oh, wait a minute. They're gonna let him kick over 50 yards." Now, that's one of the things that I've said, or I know on this show. I've said it on this show, I've said it on others. Now, here, it's a family affair, y'all. This is my cousin. This is
what's up? We in here. The fam is in the building. Let's get it. I love it.
This is one of my cousins. My cousin Quentin. It's my dad's side, but it's all family affair. So now all the families joining on a Friday night. So I know I've said publicly. You correct. I believe I've said it on this show. I probably may have said it on others as well. That hey, because I'm trying to rationalize everything. Hey, they must gonna get running numbers up, and they're gonna run. You know, all he need to do is kick extra points. Right? Well, evidently not, because you still like letting him kick anything over 50 yards, and we've said this consistently. Anything over 50 yards, don't do it. But again, going back to my point, I'm not saying that they would have won the football game, but if he makes those 2 kicks, you only lose by 3. And 24-27 does feel a little bit better than 27-18.
Yeah, and I'm saying it would have been 17-16
right there, you know.
Yeah, and it would have been 17, 16 at a point in time, which changes the whole thought process of how you do how you
Absolutely.
call a game. I will say this, but even that though, to
Yeah.
be honest with you, Candy, like you know your kicker. You know who your kicker is. You shouldn't even put him out there. Like honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. People can blame the kicker. He shouldn't put him. He shouldn't even be in that
Well, no,
position
I
to
mean
fail.
anything over 50. If I got to go with you off
Yeah.
now, well, I'm maybe the first time, but I'm
Mm.
not doing it the second time.
Yeah, I'm not
We're going
chancing
for it
it.
on 4th.
Yeah, we're going for it.
We're gonna go for it. You've
Yeah, we're
been going
going
for it.
Yeah, that's because again, we talk about identity. That's what made this team thorough last season. It was like people were like, "Oh man, it was fourth and manageable." They're like, "We got Jayton, we got these weapons. We're going for it." And it was like, and it didn't matter. We did it against the Eagles. The Eagles, to me, defense last year was treacherous, and we did it against the Eagles. So I mean, like,
and we would think it was totally irresponsible doing it on opening drive.
Yeah.
And the Packers did it last night, and they didn't convert, right?
Yeah.
Again, not in that instance.
But they had to play. They had to play.
But they had to play.
They had to play.
It was right there.
It was right
They
there.
had to make a play.
Facts.
So let's be clear on that. The play was perfect. Now I always tell people you cannot expect the receivers and these players not to play for their paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
These coaches said they're gonna play for their paychecks too. And so I'm not sure what's going on with the clock management. I'm not sure. Now last week, Coach Quinn definitely acknowledged the 2-minute warning because I think Ben Standing may have asked him about that, and he definitely said, "Hey, that's on me. I didn't have the team ready."
Okay.
I didn't have to because they practice 2-minute warning. They practice situational stuff all of the time.
Yeah.
They didn't get that one right. They didn't get that one right at all. But that kicker thing, I think everybody should hold on to that because that is definitely something. And I appreciate you, Wole, saying that this was something that I brought up. Others of our colleagues consistently. I'm talking about
from the rip, off the rip.
Like, bringing it up, not consistent. Over 50 yards, you got an issue. This was like a 51, and then he went out there for a 58.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the 58 didn't have, like, I'm like, what are we doing here? That's what I was like.
Is this part? I said, is this a test?
That's like, what it felt like.
I felt like they would say, all right, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think that was a test. So, maybe there'll be some news.
I kind of felt like, like it was, to your point, I thought it was a test. I'm thinking
it had to be.
Is it like, are you trying to send a lesson, like teach a lesson here? Because again, I listen to you guys, man. Like, and I respect your opinions. When y'all tell me he ain't looking good, I'm like, all right, then you know what kind of kicker you have. Like, all right, if you that type of kicker, then I trust I trust an all for Jaden than a Matt Gay. Like, put it that way.
If you don't want Jaden to run, then put Bill in there.
Oh yeah, that too, or something.
We've seen. Well, when there was not a bill, say, okay, so who was active yesterday? So Jeremy McNichols, we've seen Jeremy McNichols go for it on the 4th and 4 and get it. Yes. We've seen them fight for it. This running back room can get it done.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to temper their I've said this all the time. I think you asked me, somebody asked me something somewhere, and I said, hey, listen, as far as I'm concerned, the goal is Super Bowl, so everyone needs to temper their expectations until they make it there.
That's my goal. That was my goal.
And this schedule is harder. So if they got 12-5 last year, this schedule is harder, everybody. It really is. It really is. It's not like, it's hard. That's what you get for being good. But I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting.
There's a question for you, Ellison, about Marshawn. Says I want to know, do y'all think Marshawn is a problem? Not what the team thinks, but which do y'all think? I didn't at first. I didn't at first. I didn't. I have
an answer for that. I have an answer for that.
Go, yeah. You want to answer?
I want to know, do y'all think Marshawn is a problem?
You put that person.
I don't.
Okay.
Could there be some bias in there? Sure.
At least you're honest.
That's one of my people.
At least you're honest. I love it.
But that's why I also pride myself in being objective.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody who watches the press conference knows Dan Quinn. We cool. I got a lot of respect for Dan Quinn. He's a lot of respect for me and Bowie TV and he in all the things. But I got to do my job very well. He's got to do his job very well, as do I. So, everybody's got to do their job.
Yeah,
I got to do mine with Marshawn. He's one of my, good, great human being.
Yeah.
But do I think I think he can be all the things, and it's right there. It's right there. But people know Marshawn's tendencies, and that's why they went to him. That's why they did it, because they knew he's going to get a call.
Yeah, I feel like this is my thing about Marshawn, and I'm gonna be real. Like,
problem at all. I think he's fantastic.
Well, I think they're saying that, like, is he not a problem in terms of, like, I think it's skill diminishing, right? That's the thing.
What is the word? He's not a risk. It's I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah,
I've been traveling lately.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I just feel like for Marshawn, I'm gonna give my point of view.
If you want to try anybody on the defense, that's who you try.
You want to try, definitely. I'm gonna give my opinion about Marshawn. He's not the same Marshawn Lattimore. I think I now acknowledge
a lot of injuries. I forgot about the
He's been through a lot of
abdomen, and he's been through a lot.
He's been a lot through his career. He is not the same Marshawn, because the old Marshawn was a lockdown dude. Like, they wouldn't have attacked Marshawn with all those dudes. Like, Marshawn would have locked them dudes down, and he wouldn't even be grabbing like that. So he's not the same Marshawn.
He wouldn't be great.
I get that. Like, he's not the same Marshawn. But also, I will say this though: you gotta protect the player like that and use him to his current strengths. And that's my issue with what the coaching staff did, like, with him. You gotta protect. You can't. He's not right now at the point in time in his career. He's not a lockdown one-on-one type dude. That's not his game. I think something was the way they attacked him. I'll be honest with you. The way they attacked him, obviously it wasn't executed against the Giants, but they saw something against the Giants.
They know they could do it better. That's all. The Giants aren't as good as them.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you see something like that and it was consistent, they didn't mind. I said they're going to keep going at Marshawn because even when an entity is strong,
yes,
there is a weakest link.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
Even an entity is strong. I'm not saying that I think Marshawn is weak, because I absolutely do.
That man's not weak. He ain't a weak personality.
He a lot of things.
He ain't weak.
Not weak.
I ain't gonna call that man weak.
But when any entity, you could be like, well, everybody. Let me just give an example. Everybody over here run a 4.3. Well, but Candi actually run a 4.4, so she a little slower. It's a point second, but you're gonna go where you got the best opportunity to make something shake. And that's what they did.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm a man. He said, Wole, you think we have a Super Bowl roster? I mean, I do. I liked our roster personally. But now
comes down to the strategy.
Yeah, but I thought, I agree with that. Like, I think it's more of a strategy, because I think
you saw them get more strategic as the season went on last year. Because I tell people all the time, Wole, not to cut you off, but I say this all the time. The Hail Mary game was week 8, and the offense was putrid that game. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That's why it's the Hail Mary game, because it was the Hail Mary that won the game. We saw inconsistencies in the offense all season long.
I will say that, like, to what Kwame said. All right, so I agree with this, Kwame. I said that too about the Trey Amos play. It was a great hustle, but that ball was underthrown. You're right. I won't even hold you. That was, but the hustle was real though. That's how
the hustle is real. You got to, like, I posted, like, I tweeted. Let's be clear. And I tell people this all the time. These corners ain't gonna win them all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's impossible to.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
It's really, we gotta stop thinking that any corner who got like that. Now I'm gonna tell you where you might get it. I'm gonna tell you where you might get it. The Broncos, but we're not there yet.
Pastor
Tang.
Well, that's the truth. Pastor
Tang is the truth. That's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation. We're not doing that. We ain't going there yet.
Going there right now.
Let's put that in the back. Let's put that in the back. That's a whole animal right there. Pastor Tang shuts folks down.
So that's a different kind of animal. So completely all right. And Marshawn used to be that. That once upon a time, he really did.
He used to be like that.
But you gotta adjust based on who he is today.
Agreed.
Because they're gonna get you where you weak. It is okay. I mean, you saw the strategy get really. You saw the the strategy with the commander staff, coaching staff. You saw the strategy come into play as the season went on.
Agree. Yeah. Tim, I agree. Yeah. Tim, I agree with this. Good teams exploit weaknesses.
Right.
Green Bay exploited Lattimore last night.
They went boom, boom, boom.
Facts.
You didn't hear them calling Mikey name that. Whether you thought they used who they could to get what they wanted. That's all.
True.
Because
Very
Mikey
true.
will catch on to you sooner or later. Trey even gonna catch on to you sooner or later. But they were doing a poor tackling job. The tackling was, I mentioned that early on in the show. The tackling was not good. You saw Will Harris doing a lot of good tackling last week. You didn't see that same last night.
Candi, I read that they're the same thing about JD5.
I mean, hey, listen, I've been traveling all day. But, I mean, I'm sure he did. Yeah. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Cautionary.
To help Marshawn, we will have to shade safety to that side, and when they put wide receivers in motion and keep him on one side, Lattimore can't play. Man, I agree. That's my point. That's my point.
Man, they were playing man, and you didn't hear his name no more once they adjusted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. Like at this, like that's my thing. Like stop. They can't treat him like he's the old Lattimore. No. I get that. Like that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Like that's again, you adjust to how coaching is. Like eventually, obviously, he's gonna have to play man sometime. That's just coaching.
Absolutely.
But the majority of his play can't be man. That's just what it is.
First time when they went to him back to back, I looked at Lake, I looked at Donna, I looked at David Harrison. I said, "Oh, they're gonna keep going at Marshawn. He's gonna get a call soon." And the next one, it was a call. I said, "Here we go." And this was not. We know these people. I'm with them all the time. I know what's happening here. I see what they're doing. Now I don't know why didn't nobody else call downstairs and say, "Wait, yo." Either get him out or get Quan over there
or change
it because they're gonna do it again. He's gonna get a call, and he did.
Wait, Mike, Candi, I asked you this question before, but now I have to ask again. Do you think not playing the vets in the preseason was part of the problem?
So here's the thing about that, because that's a league, right?
It is a league problem. It is.
Because look at all that playing in the preseason the Giants did, and look at what they look like.
Well, they just trash, though.
Then they went 3-0 in the preseason, and everybody was like, "Oh, because many teams," and I don't like to bring this up.
Go for it.
But the Ravens never played most of their starters. Now we saw how that demise went down Sunday.
Wait, that defense they need to play. I ain't gonna lie, that defense need to play preseason.
See what I'm saying? You see how far they always end up making it, but they don't go to the Super Bowl, right? But it's just a whole thing where across the league, they just don't play their starters like that. Now, let's go back to another person. I would go to two people who didn't. I told you all at the first top of the season, watch for the players that didn't play in the preseason. Zach Ertz didn't play at all, and that man been looking like that.
Oh, man, he looked good, but he a vet. So he looked good.
Bobby Wagner did not play, and he is still probably the most defensive player on the Commanders.
Yeah.
I see a question right here.
Which question?
And I've been asking this one too. And I said,
man, everybody, the streets have been asking about Frankie. The streets have been asking about Frankie.
Remember, I said on the pregame, I made a specific. Now, let's also be clear because they saw some good things with Frankie last week, and that's why he was one of the game day captains, right? And you just got that Frankie Louvu energy. It's hard to miss that Frankie Louvu energy. You need, and you needed that Frankie Louvu energy, okay?
It ain't happening right now.
You needed it. But I'm gonna tell you, I specifically mentioned Frankie Louvu in your pregame.
Yeah, you did. You sure did.
I said Frankie Louvu has to have a good game.
And he didn't. He didn't.
I said he has to.
And it ain't happening for Frankie. I don't know what's going on with Frankie, but it ain't happening for Frankie.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, I think after Dietrich got hurt, that took some wind out of their sails.
Yeah, and Tim takes us, where was the aggression from the squad last night, bro? I don't know. That's what my problem was. I wanted the aggression. I didn't care about. I'm cool. This is my thing, and thank you for saying this, Tim takes. I appreciate this because it's actually this is one of my rants from last night. Like that's what I was angry about. Like it's the aggression on offense and the aggression on defense. What I liked about Washington's defense against the Giants is they played with a certain type of aggression and moxie. Like they weren't playing back, like they weren't sagging back against the Giants. Against the Packers, it was like this is what I will say. Yes, the Packers are a very good team, but I think Washington gave the Packers way too much respect. And sometimes as a football, like when you want to beat a bully up, You got to be disrespectful.
Well,
you can't respect. You got to, but you got to put some disrespect in the game.
Here's the other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that this team prides himself on is complimentary football, and that's not being played.
Yes, agreed.
So where,
sure did.
The kicker need to make field goals.
That too, yeah, I agree. Or don't kick.
That can make because that's part of complimentary football.
Facts. I agree.
Tackling, making it. You gotta. I mean, perfect scenario. You all if everything went, if the kicks are made, they still lose the football game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
looks better. They still lose the football game. It just looks better, right? But when the complimentary football isn't happening, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But I see aggression from people. That's why I mentioned Percy Butler's play on special teams. Huge. The return game. Hey, we got to give some bright spots and some high fives for the return game. We have not seen a Commanders return game be at this level like in years.
That's been pretty good. It's been multiple guys too.
Okay?
Multiple guys.
It's for multiple guys.
Yeah.
Debo, again, he's going to fight for it. He's going to fight for that touchdown. And I just appreciate it. I hope Debo and Percy are two of the captains next week.
Hold on, Mike's talking about Luke. Oh yeah, Luke had a 2-point conversion, bro.
Luke had a 2-point conversion. He
had a catch.
He had a catch. He had a good play. I mean, they were still fighting. It's they got out coached though. It's in the moment you get shell shocked. Because it's like, oh my God, they know what we're doing.
I'm laughing at Mike because he keeps bringing up Luke. The bar is so look, Mike. I ain't gonna lie to you, Mike. The bar is so low for Luke. Like I'm cheering a catch and a 2-point conversion. You're right though.
But you should because they converted it. I was shocked.
Well, Terry could have had it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Terry could have had it. He gave it to him. I ain't gonna hold you.
But I'm glad he did. Terry.
He was giving him charity. I saw that one. He was giving him charity.
Very nice person.
He's a very nice person. Yeah.
And so I appreciated it. I was happy for Luke. I was like, that's right, Luke. That's good. I wrote it down in my notebook.
I mean, yeah.
But it was, at that point. You should. Like, I mean, yeah. You got to be happy. That's why I'm like, I don't want to diminish the things that are going well. Because remember last year at this time, the offense couldn't score a touchdown.
It was funny though. I ain't gonna lie, it's funny. But he said, Tim had a question. Said, do we need speed merchant wideouts? Lane is a speed merchant.
It's
I would like to see him get more opportunities.
Did I mention Noah Brown being hurt earlier?
Yeah, you mentioned. Yeah, you said groin injury, right?
So, yeah. There was a moment in time where I was like, you got to stop going to Noah.
What? Me too. Like I was saying,
you're not getting the PI. Okay, he's excellent at not getting PIs, but it ain't
dropping the ball. Like
they're not. Well, Nixon made a play.
No, he had them in his hands. He dropped that one right.
Yeah, he had it in his hand. But I think he went. But he
not that one. I'm not talking about that. I know you're right about that one. I'm talking about one in the back. He had it and like the cornerback didn't turn around.
You just gotta stop.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like he wasn't making plays.
That's okay. And that's okay because some people had that day and some people they not. Yeah. But you ain't got to do more than 2. That's why I said my limit is 2. When I see it happening consistently, no, just go to somebody else real quick.
I agree. Totally agree. I thought they were trying to force feed him way too much.
Because he's excellent at drawing PIs, but you were not going to get that in Lambeau Field on Thursday Night Football when they had their Hall of Famers in the building. You were not.
Yeah. And they weren't going and you're not getting the time in the pocket to get those type of big plays, to be real with you, because the way Michael was getting there.
You're not gonna get that. They're not gonna let you let the person who got the Hail Mary. No, not Matt LaFleur now.
A question from, and again, y'all who are in the on YouTube, please hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button as well. It does great for the Commanders algorithm on these platforms. So make sure you hit the like button now. Appreciate you. Terry, I don't say Terry was shut down. They're just not. I feel like they're not like featuring Terry.
Well, last week, and Jaden did say this in his presence. He was like, "Well, they There are no turnovers yet.
Yeah, they're not turnovers. Yeah.
Can you force it to Terry when he's being double teamed? Sure.
Yeah, he's being double teamed though. He was being double teamed last night, which is wild.
And it happened last week, and it happened last night for sure.
He was double teamed last week too. I believe. Okay.
So it's not, James is not going to take that risk. We saw this last year.
Yeah, no, true though. They said it happened last year. We saw
this last year.
I know.
And that's why I was just like, that's
Debo the only getting one-on-one though.
From a coaching thing, you got to remember Terry won there all summer.
Yeah, that too. That
means something. That's 3 months. He wasn't all summer, guys. May, June. Really, from May to June, that's 1 month, and you got July and August. By the time he got back, that's season. That time on task when Cliff Kingsbury, back during the summer, made a very direct and confident statement about time on task. That is a very real thing.
Yeah.
Very, very real thing.
And folks, also, if you're on these platforms, we accept super chats. Super chats help us prioritize. Helps us, support the shows. And so, if you feel like donating a super chat, please feel free to. We prioritize those chats on the show as well. So, if you give us a super chat, we'll make sure that chat's read first, rather than like going through and deciphering through what to go.
I have something else I'd like to say.
Go for it, buddy.
These pre-snap penalties. See,
go for it.
One of the things that I said on your pregame, I said this isn't the night to give away unnecessary yards. Not the night to do that. You can do it to the Giants because they're not going to do nothing with it. But don't do it to the Packers. You're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I appreciate you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you.
That's what happened. They made them pay for it. Last year and this year, Nick Allegretti has a few pre-snap penalties. I just like to put that out there.
We stopped that guy.
Things that was a knock on Laramie in Houston was the penalties. So I think he's got 2 so far. He's got 1.
Was he that bad? He wasn't that bad. Laramie hasn't been that bad, has he?
No, he said 2. We know 1 last week, 1 last night.
Yeah, it hasn't been that bad.
So it's not been bad. But I do want to say Nick Allegretti has
well, he's a problem. I ain't gonna lie, he's a problem. we need Cosby back soon. He's a problem. I'm not going to even sugarcoat that one. Dominique had a question. Is Bates' injury serious? I think we answered. Is it serious?
I will tell you this: if he didn't come back in the game,
it's serious enough.
It's serious enough for them to be like,
yeah. Because he's right, especially what Michael was doing. Say it was
season, and of course, Dietrich's is season ending. We know that Austin News officially will be coming, but we know what that is as well. Nobody, they didn't get carried out on a cart or anything, but
Todd, yeah, I got you, Taj.
They didn't bring him back in, and they needed him.
Yeah,
but a groin injury is not worth the risk to go back.
Hey, really got one. Taj, appreciate you said my meeting with Witt went pretty well. Just kidding. He's part of the Joe Witt fan club. That's why we messing with him.
But I'm gonna say this: I like them all. I like all.
I know you do. I know you do. Yeah.
I do. I have a relationship with everybody over
there. It's a great coaching staff, though. I heard their personalities are great, though.
Coaching staff. Yeah. And if you are listening to the press conferences, they will say, "I didn't do a good job."
Yeah, I know. They're stand-up people. I'm not saying they aren't.
I'm not
saying they aren't. They're stand-up coaches. That's why I like Dan Quinn so much, because obviously as the head coach, you lead these pressers. He takes onus. I love it. I'm not. I've been used especially after having a coach like Coach Rivera who didn't. Oh, I love that you got a coach who takes onus of what goes wrong. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Cliff. Appreciate you, Cliff. I think that's essential. I think that's dope. They take on it. So
I'll be ready for the press conferences, but I knew last night, like, don't nobody want to talk.
Yeah, I feel like I get it. It's not to like, they felt embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, thank you, Cliff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, much love you, Cliff.
Much love you, Cliff, man. Real talk. Appreciate you. There was a question. I want to make sure I saw one of them. Taj, thank you. Taj says, question: do you think the team will promote a running back from the practice squad, sign a veteran, or trade for a running back? I hope I'll let you answer this.
C-Rod. And I mean, Donovan Edwards
is he going to be on? Is he going to be on the? Is he going to elevate from the practice squad? Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards. He's on the practice squad.
I would think
C-Rod's and active. So C-Rod's
will be inactive, so he'll be active.
Yeah. Will they elevate?
Probably.
I hope so. I'm a Michigan fan, so of
course I don't know, but C-Rod, he'll be.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Love you too, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, I think next man up. But these guys just mean so much to the team in terms of the standard and just the brotherhood and just the support. And you just don't want to see people get hurt. Like it kind of hurt my feelings when I saw.
I can tell. I can hear it in your voice.
Like Dietrich, I was like, man, because Dietrich is such a dope dude. I want y'all to like really get to know him. He's so cool, man. He that's what's up. And
Dwayne's get super chat.
Thank you,
Dwayne. Appreciate it, Dwayne. Appreciate it.
It made me,
Kwame has a comment with a super chat, but I'll let him read the super chat. Kwame says, "Thank you, Kwame. Appreciate you. Latimer standard shall prevail. Candi the go. DQ gotta do."
Y'all want to know a fun fact? So whenever I'm critical of Marshawn,
I love it.
Please know this fun fact. This is how you know it's one of my,
Yeah.
We have the same birthday.
Oh, look at you. Okay, that's why.
Same birthday, and it was the funniest thing when we realized we had the exact same birthday.
That's dope.
He was like, "You repeat what I'm saying?" He was like, "No, that's my birthday." I'm like, "Wait, that's your birthday too? Oh, that's what you been? Oh, so yeah, no, I got to do my job. So I did my job, but I don't like it. But I knew what the Packers were doing. It was obvious. I'm like, he's gonna get a call.
Yeah. But he said DQ got to do the driving car signal he did from last year and hail to the Commanders. Appreciate you, Kwame. I do appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Trying to read what other comments out here so I can read out here. We got, I think pretty much. I can go.
I'm still very pleased with the secondary. I've been very high on the secondary. I'm very pleased. I'm pleased with everybody. It puts you on notice.
All right. So what? I'm gonna ask that question then. Let me ask that question because that's a good. So like for me, I'll be honest with you. For me now, I have to temper my expectations. Like I felt at first I was at a certain level. Now I know I have to temper my expectations. Do you feel like the fan base after the first game, we overrated this team, or do you? Okay, there you go. That's fair.
Because you got to keep it on. You got to be real.
Okay.
When I asked Coach Quinn. Because I knew there was so much talk about the defensive line, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. Rightfully so. Y'all know I've been talking about them a lot. And so rightfully so.
Okay, I'm gonna use this one, yeah.
I would like to say, though, I already knew because of me using my clues and doing research that the Packers offensive line is very good, and they had backups out there. They have really, truly invested in their offensive line.
True.
Because of Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to remember the Packers are known for protecting their quarterback. Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see their past quarterbacks ever take a lot of sacks.
True.
Josh Jacobs, running back, very good.
Yep.
So when I asked Dan Quinn about the Packers offensive line, you could read his body language. He gave them all the respect. And the reason why I asked that question was because I was like, I will see what this defensive line is really hitting on Thursday night.
Oh, it was hitting.
Well, no, I'm talking about the Commanders' defensive line.
Oh, no. Oh, so to the Packers' defensive line. Oh, they
against the Packers' offensive line.
Oh, they weren't hitting at all. They weren't hitting.
You gonna know what you really working with. Now they had moments of getting pressure on.
They did.
They definitely had moments
once they started blitzing.
Yeah, he was running a couple times.
Yeah, we definitely could. Let me.
Not as much as Jaden was running.
True, Kwame. Let me. Okay, since you put a super chat, Kwame, I'm gonna put. Thank you, Kwame, again, man. He said we could use B-Rob now. We traded him for nothing. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm with you.
I feel like I saw a comment. I did was a little shocked that Bill wasn't in there more.
Yeah, I'll put this question.
And I think we mentioned that earlier in the show too, where I was like, well, if you're gonna go for it on the fourth down, if you don't want Jane to run, let Bill do it.
Yeah,
somebody.
I appreciate it. I like this one. See, I've put this on Twitter. CC Skins. I did put this out on Twitter. I think they should, since he went down, I think they should go after Clowney. I think that would be that's a good signing. And it's cheap. Since we lost Dietrich Wise, Clowney is not.
I mean, hey, drastic times.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Though I do think I keep forgetting his name. 55 Martin. I thought he played well. I like
Martin has been being consistent. He's doing a good job.
I like it.
He's not every down. They're gonna have to get. Now is the moment of truth. You learned in week 2 on a short week that people have watched your film.
Yes,
it is out there. They know y'all.
I like that. Oh, know what? Thank you, Mama Waller.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I missed it. I was going through. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a pleasant night too. You leave and have a pleasant night.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. They secrets out now.
Yeah.
So you have to adjust.
Paul said, Candi, well, Jordan McGee played because 4 is on a.
I'm not even going to have to stop him.
Yeah, I like Jordan McGee. Y'all know I like that kid.
I do. Yeah, that's one of my people. He's also one of my people. They all.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, he can set the edge. Todd, he can set the edge. He plays the run pretty well. He plays the run pretty well.
It's just I think that the missing the field goals hurt.
Yeah.
Not playing the complementary football hurt. Missing tackles hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Targeting the secondary hurt. There was some things that hurt. And you just didn't see the consistency across the board. In that short week, I think it hurt them.
It did. It was definitely the short week definitely was rough.
A stronger team prevailed.
So I do want to ask, we didn't talk about Jaden. Jaden finished the game with 200 yards, passing 2 touchdowns, but was under constant pressure, constant pressure. What stood out about his poise and decision making through that tough environment for you? What stood out to
what stands out?
Yes, yeah. Him going through that, keeping his poise, or did you feel like he kept his poise or not?
I do.
Situation. I thought so too. To be honest with you, I thought so too.
Jaden doesn't like losing.
Yeah.
None of them do.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. I feel like I gotta sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't unravel at all because they were still scoring. They were trying to, and I was like, oh, now you want to do it because if you notice toward the end, right, some of those plays, those were now you're getting creative.
Yeah,
but it's too late, and the defense been out there the whole first half, so now they tired, and so I think the creativity, which we saw some of that last year as well, some of the creativity on offense, it didn't reveal itself until it was like too late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they deferred. They had
what they wanted. Yeah,
coming out in the half.
They had what they wanted.
So perfect scenario. Because at one point in time, I'm sitting there. It was 17-10.
Yeah.
And I definitely thought about those missed field goals at that time. Like you said, it could have been 16-17.
Yep.
At that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Missed field goal. But I'm looking at the score and I'm like, oh, they're gonna score. They're gonna score. They're gonna tie it up.
Yeah, I had that feeling too. I didn't.
Yeah. And I was like, ooh.
Because that's when I knew there's levels to this. This is when I knew Green Bay was playing with us. As soon as we had 17-10, we made that touchdown. Thanks to Zach Ertz being a demon. Then I'm like, all right, they let us stay in the game. Our defense is gonna make us stop. Jay's gonna get the ball, we're gonna score.
Exactly.
Man, when I tell you, Matt LaFleur just said, nah, not today.
Because that's what they're used to. Because they know the type of time.
Yeah, he said not today. And it was an easy march toward touchdown. It wasn't a difficult, it was an easy march. Like let me do some misdirection, let me do these gadget plays, and they was already ready to score. Yeah. That's what I knew. I knew, like the term you use, I knew what time he was on. Like I knew what time he was on. Steven said AP painted to a corner on this kicking based on the guaranteed money.
Yeah, I don't know, but this was a question that was asked to Dan Quinn after New England.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone, one of the other colleagues, I believe it was, I could have this wrong, but I believe it was Adam Kilgore from the Washington Post asked about the kicker competition. And, Coach Quinn was like, it's a fair question, but we have confidence and faith in Matt.
I mean, I like the way he answered. I like to say that's a valid question. I like that he starts. Yeah,
he definitely did. You know
what I'm saying? Because it's a hell of a question. Because it's a hell of a question. Because
for a minute there last night, I'm like, well, is he trying out? Like, are they still trying to test the waters with him? There's no way I would have let him kick. Not that 58-yarder. No,
I wouldn't have let him kick the one before the half. I think I wouldn't either. But I definitely wouldn't. But I definitely wouldn't have let him kick the one to close, just because how potent the Packers' offense was, and how I knew like they could just obviously easily. Luckily, they missed the field goal, but I knew they would easily get in field goal range. So I was like, why would you? Like if he misses the kick, they're even closer. If you go for it, they're not as close. If you don't get it, so I was like, you're better off just going for it, and at least get closer for your kicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Matt LaFleur he's not a slouch. He's good. Like
Paul said, Matt LaFleur is a different play caller, as Wole would say. He is one of those ones. He is. He is surgical with his calls, no wasted play calls. This man won 3 games with Malik Willis. Facts, all facts.
He's good. I mean, this is a playoff team. You can't just be like the Packers. No, they're good. Mm-hmm. They're historically good. They're historically a good team, and this was a team. They were good before Micah Parsons got there.
True, very true.
Those problems they had last night, they could have easily still had. If say the offense stays the same, right? They could have easily still had the same issues.
Yes.
Van Ness was making several plays. Again, they had Keyshawn Nixon out there looking like, I'm like, what are we doing?
I mean,
again, but again and again and again.
Yeah, that's the Micah effect because Jaden had to rush his throws. If we had like 5 more seconds, that dude would have been torched. He would have been torched.
But that's not what happened.
Yeah, ain't what happened.
You gotta try to figure that out in 60 minutes.
Yeah, you do. Like there's
time. That's the other thing. I'm like, they're running out of time.
Yeah, but to your point though, also like just like last year, that's why the first 2 games you pocket. And then you just hope like you got they learn from this game. Cliff learns from this game, and they become better. Ellison says, could they bring back Felton maybe to the practice squad to add?
They could. Who else is that? Kaz Allen. I think he's still available. I mean, I think
Kaz Allen. Is Kaz on the practice squad?
No.
He's not on the practice squad. Got you. Oh dang. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I root for Kaz, but he didn't really show it in preseason, so I'm not like when given the opportunity. It's like they want him. I feel like they want him to make the roster, but he just couldn't like do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they wanted him to, but like he just couldn't like do it. So I'm with you on that one. I feel like I don't know if Kaz will be back, but Felton really he had a good he looked all right. He looked like he had some potential. He definitely did.
Blake really liked Felton. He really
he has some potential. I'm not gonna lie, he has some potential. I mean, I like Donovan Edwards like a lot. So I just think I would love for Donovan Edwards.
Donovan Edwards is stashed away on the practice squad.
So. I would love for him to get the opportunity. All right, well, you know what? It's time. I think it's a good time to wrap this show up. I think this has been dope, Candi. Thank you for joining. Thank you for doing this. We always appreciate you because you just give us so much info. Like you don't give us like you ain't the ops. You don't give us all the tea. You just give us like just a little bit so we can be like, all right, we know a little something. You know what I mean?
You definitely got me good. I didn't realize, the whole MRI Jaden. I'm like, well, dang.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Once it's public, I just again insider. If it's you may not get public information from me, depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just keeping it a buck, that's something I wouldn't have told. If you hadn't brought it up, and that's why I said, wait, well, where is it? And you said that it was out there. I was like, oh, well, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Use our clues. That's what I'm talking about.
I was like,
no, the streets know.
Well, yes.
The streets know. Use our clues. The streets know, Candi.
I'm not the snitch.
No, Candi ain't the snitch.
I'm not the big snitch.
Candi ain't the ops, dog. She ain't the ops.
Say something, people.
Yeah, she ain't the ops.
I'm not on like the metro side. See something. I'm not that. But if I do see something, I might say something in real life.
Yeah.
But I might be like,
Candi ain't the ops, man. She ain't the ops. That's why I be like, when I tell Candy say less, that's when I stop it. Just say less.
Oh,
say less. Don't say
That's
more. Say less.
Again, inside that tip. As soon as you was bringing it up, I had to go and look like,
yeah. Nah, it was outside. No, the info was outside. Candy bring a polygraph machine to ask DQ about Jane's injury next week. Like Jane, the tough dude. We all saw.
He was still smiling. So
yeah, look, man.
Look. He doesn't. Jane doesn't hide.
Yeah, Candy, say less. Man. Say less. look, say less. Say less. That's all. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say less. Hey, before we
I mean, no, let me stop lying. He could be an actor too. So
no, JD can't be an actor. Like the ribs thing was solely an actor. Like he was acting like he was more pain than what he was trying to put on. Like he was acting about the ribs thing. Like last year, he's an actor.
Well, depends on what you saw. Because I was like, oh my God, he's in pain. Somebody take him out.
Yeah,
and nobody else was paying attention. They were like, oh no, he's fine. I was
nah, he in pain. The way he was throwing the ball, you knew he was in pain. Like he kept squinting.
Yeah, that's because I think once it registers in his own brain, because he's a
competitor.
He's such a competitor, like nothing bothers him. So when something bothers him, it's like he panics too.
Yeah. No, you can tell. Nah, you could tell. So Candy, let folks know how they catch Bowie TV's content, how they catch you on social media, all that good jazz.
So thank you so much for having me. I always have a great time on the show, great time talking to everybody, answering all your questions. I hope you find it helpful because like I always say, I will try to tell what I can tell. I use my clues. That's why I tell y'all to use yours. So on X at CWall SE. I hope you all are subscribed to the Bowie TV YouTube channel. We definitely try to give you all a realistic preview of what it's like the day of the game or at practices, all that good stuff. If you are in the Prince George's County area and you have not cut your cable, we're on Comcast channels 190 and 1097. And then you can just Google me everywhere else as Candy Waller. I'll accept your friend requests. Bowie TV Sports. On all social, CEO CWall on Instagram. You know, in the words of, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, I ain't hard to find. So
there you go. I love it.
Whatever's Commanders content, typically I'm nearby. So
yeah, some of the best Commanders content, period. So make sure you follow and subscribe. And also, again, folks, like the videos. It's very important. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channels. All right. Don't be a. I mean, it's free to subscribe. So I don't want to call you a freeloader because it's free to subscribe. But just be a loader. Just be a loader. Don't be a loader. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a loader. Just subscribe. just don't be a loader. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Just subscribe. All right, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Always appreciate Candy. Candy is dope. Again, like I'm gonna say this, one of the best Commanders reporters, like you know what I'm saying, out there. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you support the good ones, bro. Like real talk, not the ones with the agenda. Support the good ones. The ones that try to give you the real. That's where I'm at. Like a lot of people are like, no, support the real ones. That's important to me. Like support the real ones. It's easy to support. Like folks want to get with the folks who have an agenda. Nah, support the real ones. And Candy's a real one. So just
I appreciate that because I'll tell you for sure. If he had him MRI, I knew I wouldn't have told y'all.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd been like,
keep the bean. Like that's what I'm saying. Support the real ones. Like she's supporting the team.
You gotta protect everybody.
Support everybody that you cover. Yeah.
The long game is very political. You just gotta.
Yeah.
I just try to do what's right all the time. I stick to the game analysis and keep the gossip and everything else to everybody else. It'll come out on its own.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's important to me. So yeah, make sure, man, support the real ones. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Say for Ayedig Deuces. We are out. Peace.